Welcome to the Walk Down, Season 3, Episode 193. I haven't been putting it in the title because I'm trying to hurry up. When I finish my run, I try to hurry up and get to walking. See, yesterday I went the mile and a quarter. I did it in like 28 minutes. Today, I'm going to try to beat the time. It was a little over 28 minutes. Actually, I'm going to say 29. And today, I'm going to try to beat that time. That's the goal of today. Try to beat that time. See, that's the thing about when you're exercising. You always got to time yourself. Particularly if you're going for cardio. You know, it's a great idea to time yourself and try to not beat your time every day, but every so often, you know. It's very important to keep track of time, you know, especially as your cardio get better and you get more stronger. You know, you gotta go up in more in your time. As we get ready to lay out another marathon, man, we got July the 4th coming, July the 5th, and we're going to do a jiu-jitsu competition for the 250th birthday of America, but we got some other thing that's supposed to be on the table, which I really think gonna happen. So I'm just being on the lookout for that because I really don't want that to collide with what's really going on the 4th of July and the 5th of July, because I really want to compete in that jiu-jitsu championship, in that jiu-jitsu tournament. You know, that'll be the last one I do, probably in my entire life. That'll be the last one. But that's the goal, is to compete in that my last and final jiu-jitsu tournament. Since I am 50, I think that'll be my last one. Hey, what's up, Damn Media? Appreciate you for joining. Appreciate you for coming through. I got through running my 3 miles. Now I'm finna walk this mile and a quarter, and I'm gonna try to beat the time that I did yesterday. You know, but so yeah, I appreciate y'all for joining me, chat. But I want to talk about like politics, economics, and it's particularly about what somebody commented inside of the chat earlier about politics. You know, the thing is, guys, politics and these, I don't really like looking at it as politics, like in that sense of a word. I like to look at it as policies and laws, right? These people are lawmakers, right? They write the laws, they make the laws. But the only thing is we vote them in. That's why it's very, very important to understand who is your lawmaker and who's running for these seats and going up for election in your city, in your town, in your state. You have to know these things because it has something to do with everything in life. Everything, whatever you could think of, politics, and who is elected to run your city, state, town, country. You know, it's linked to everything. You know what I'm saying? The economy and the economy and politics and these lawmakers and who we vote for goes hand in hand. So as someone that is in the stock market, somebody that's that is an investor, right? You have to pay attention to the news. You have to know what's going on in the world. It's always been like that. You know what I'm saying? I understand a lot of these guys, a lot of you guys, you know, a lot of y'all probably born in 2000, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. And y'all just being able to understand certain things since the internet came about. But you got to realize, you know, I remember when you had to look at the stock market and all this stuff in the newspaper. You know, a lot of you other younger guys understand that a lot of this stuff, a lot of these apps, a lot of these investment apps, Robinhood, shout out to Robinhood, shout out to Webull, and all these apps, shout out to TD Ameritrade, Charles Schwab, all these brokerage accounts now have what is called apps, you know, and it's easy these days, you know, but you have to know what's going on in the world. You gotta understand that even if you don't even if you don't invest into the stock market and you got a 401k plan, your 401k plan, that's if you got a job and you participate in the company's 401k plan in your retirement account, all that stuff is connected to politics, connected to laws, it's a system. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we got to understand. This stuff is a system, and you have to know the system. So the guy said earlier that the only reason why I'm streaming all this politics stuff is because of the algorithm, But bro, if you on here right now, which I pretty much got an idea who this person is, because I pretty much got an idea. I'm very, very clever and I'm very slick. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of much got an idea. If not the person, but the circle of people of where they come from. But I'm glad you did that, because that gave me something to really talk about. You know what I'm saying? It gives me something to not only educate the people, but also people in the chat that also understand what I'm talking about, add on to the subject if they want to speak. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is that when you're investing into the stock market, if you're investing in anything, I don't care what it is, crypto, real estate, whatever you connected to, if you buying your first home and you going to these realtors and all these type of things, all this stuff is connected. It's connected. Even inflation, the price of eggs that everybody like to complain about, it is connected directly to who we vote for. Simple things of like a park being clean has something to do with who are the lawmakers, who is over the town, who you vote for. Just something as simple as that, is connected to politics and the economy. It's all connected. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing that we have to realize that. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing we have to realize, chat. And I hope the guy comes back, which I don't think he is, but he gave me a good talking point for today. You know what I'm saying? And what you got to realize is that just another example, I'm going to say something else. Let's say that I didn't know anything about politics, right? This is very, very important. Let's say I didn't know anything about politics. I didn't know anything. I never voted. You know what I'm saying? Let's say I never voted. I never did none of those things. Guess what? By me watching this stuff, what does it do? It educates me. You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at it both ways. Just because I'm on here and I'm the host, that doesn't necessarily mean that I think I know everything about politics. A person can do this and not know anything, but thanks to the internet, and thanks to YouTube, and thanks to the people in the chat, you can learn about these certain type of things. And one thing, a lot of this stuff is basically common sense, right? A lot of this stuff is common sense, but the thing is, people don't have this stuff on their mind. You know what I'm saying? People worry about other things that really don't matter until it does matter. You know what I'm saying? People don't worry about who they elect. People don't worry about voting. I heard a guy say voting is for suckers. You know what I'm saying? But then at the same time, if the wrong person is in office or whatever the case may be, all kind of things can go way to the left. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, the country got shut down, bro. This whole country got shut down in 2020. Everybody remembers that. Why did it get shut down? Because the person that was elected by the people made the decision to shut the country down, made the decision to put the laws in place and say, well, hey, you cannot go to work unless you get in your arm. A lot of things are dictated by who is over your city, town, and state, and your country. We got to understand that. You know what I'm saying? And even if maybe the host don't know anything about politics or about elections, maybe the host think that voting is for suckers. But when you are interested in something, you don't have to know anything about it. If you are interested in it, this is very important. If you are interested in something, guess what's going to happen? You're going to do whatever you need to do to learn whatever you're interested in. You know, whatever you're attracted to, whatever you like to do, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna do the best to learn whatever it is that you need to learn because you like it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is, whatever it is, you know. And I know these days a lot of people do things just for the internet. A lot of people do things just for the internet, but also there's people that do things that they love to do, and it just so happen to be on the internet. You know what I'm saying? So we have to analyze certain things, and also we have to learn, you know what I'm saying, how to stay in your own lane and mind your own business. Worry about what you need to be doing in your life. Worry about see, that's what's wrong with a lot of us, guys. We don't worry about our own house. We don't worry about our own kids and grandkids. We don't worry about our own community. You know what I'm saying? And that's where a lot of us miss the ball and get lost in the sauce. You know what I'm saying? So we have to think about some things, man. Some people just be talking and texting just to be talking and texting. But them be the main ones that something will happen, and guess what? They'll have to rely on the government to take care of them. They have to rely on the government, you know, to bail them out. You know what I'm saying? Because they're too worried about the next person. They're too worried about the next person instead of worrying and stay in their own lane and mind their own business. You know what I'm saying? That's the main thing. That's what's wrong with a lot of people these days, chat, is that they don't focus on themselves. They focus on other people and then wondering why they don't like their job, wondering why the kids don't want to be around them, wondering why they can't go from nothing into something, wondering why they can't find what they love to do in life. So we have to understand that you got to pay attention to yourself, especially in 2026. It's a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot going on. America is probably going to put boots on the ground and go to war. You know what I'm saying? We have to understand that. It's a lot of things going on right now as we speak, instead of worrying about what another man is doing. Instead of worrying about what another man is doing, yeah, crispy duck roll, the duck's out, mustard, sardines, and buttermilk. I don't like, that's not a good combination. Fried prawns, salted egg yolk. We should make voting educational within our schools. Right, it used to be. Savage, when I was a kid, I don't know how old you are, Savage, but I know it's a lot of older people on the channel. You know what I'm saying? YouTube told me that most of the people that watch this channel is over 60. But back when I was young in elementary, we did what was called a mock votes. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a school, as an elementary, we did what is called mock votes. I don't even think they do that anymore, unless you in some kind of political science class or something like that in college, you know. But when I was young, we participated. We did what is called a mock vote. So we were taught the importance of voting. My grandparents and my parents always had discussions about voting in the community. What makes sense? The pastor, you know what I'm saying? As I go to another subject, our pastor, our local community pastor, always talked about the importance of voting. You know what I'm saying? Voting for your city council. You know what I'm saying? And things like that. You know, everything has something to do with politics, guys. Your house taxes, everything, your property taxes, everything, your school taxes, what type of books your kids receive in school has something to do with politics, bro. You know what I'm saying? It has something to do with politics. I pray to God that guy that typed inside of the chat earlier, I hope he's listening. You know what I'm saying? I hope he's listening, because even YouTube, YouTube and what we're using right now, all that stuff has something to do with politics. To be able to do what YouTube needs to do, and Facebook and Instagram and all these social media platforms. You think that there's a coincidence that Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, and all these guys that run these companies that we use every day, you think that that's just They just like each other. The reason why we see them together? No. They are paying the people that we elect to get them to put the laws in place that can make their companies very successful. Got to understand that. You know what I'm saying? And you have to know that. I mean, you don't have to be, that's the thing about this stuff. You don't have to be a expert. You know what I'm saying? You just have to understand how it works and how valuable it is for you to not only learn this stuff, but also teach it to your kids and grandkids. Sit at the table, talk to your kids and grandkids about policies, about laws, not about the person in general, but about the policies, about the laws, what they represent, and what they're going to do, and things like that. Go to your local city council meetings. You know what I'm saying? Go outside and go to your local city council meetings and see what's going on. If you live in a neighborhood, for an example, where the street lights are never fixed. If you live in a neighborhood where they don't never pick up the trash, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Well, if you know the city council, you know, if you know where the city council at and who you vote for, you can go and you can communicate with them. See, that's the thing. See, back in the 90s, chat, communities was together. Nowadays, the communities ain't together. So they could basically put anybody in office these days. I said it. They could basically put anybody in office these days because they understand that people are too emotional. You know, people are too emotional, and most people think voting is for suckers. That's the two main things. If you think voting is for suckers, if you don't vote, that means you just voted for the other guy. You know, and that other guy might not have the best interest of your family, your community, your city, or your state. We got to understand that. We have to understand that, guys. So we got 40 people in the building. Please do me a huge favor and double tap the screen as noem went up today for a second round, right? Yesterday we went over the first round. Today we didn't go over the second round because we had other things going on this morning, but today has been a full day, guys, when it comes to what's going on in the world. When it comes to what's going on in the world, today is a full day. Shout out to everybody that's in the military. We pray that we don't have to take it to the next step. You know, we don't want to have to take it to the next step. You know, and we know how that works. So shout out to everybody in the military. We love and we appreciate y'all. We hope that the soldiers or whatever happened over there on the next step, we pray that y'all are safe, man, and they can end this stuff before it goes to the next level. But in my opinion, chat, I think it's going to go to the next level. Thank you, God bless. Yeah, God bless you too, Marley. But I'm thinking, chat, and I'm hoping I'm wrong, but I'm thinking that they're going to put boots on the ground, chat. And in my opinion, this is my personal opinion, is that the financial situation and what's going on in America, we are not financially in a stable position to go full out like Afghanistan or Iraq. We're not in the, we are still, if most people don't even think about the pandemic anymore, but we are still suffering from the pandemic right now as up to this day. We're still suffering the effects of the pandemic right now. So we're trying to see, that's like, if you think about it in real life, and you having disagreements with people, but you ain't ready to really go to war because your financial foundation is all in a wreck. It's not good to try to go to war. It's not good to try to do the things or argue or get into it with somebody when your finances and your house ain't in order. Right now, America is in shambles, and we're trying to bring it back up on the upcline. They just told us the other week that inflation has now come down to 2.4%. So we still got work to do, chat. You know what I'm saying? And we are not in the position to really go all out, you know, and have another Iran or Iraq. Because as we can see, not Israel, Iran is not playing. You know what I'm saying? And what we got to realize is that a lot of these leaders overseas are, in my opinion, a little bit more advanced than America, because we've been going through it for the past 4 years for sure. We've been going through it. And those guys over there have been investing in crypto and all these certain things. And they have been getting their military and all that ready to rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? Because they kind of understand what's trying to happen in 2026 and beyond. And one of the main things what's going on is that these people, everybody's trying to rush to be the leader in AI, because artificial intelligence and oil goes together. Because in order to make this artificial intelligence and all these robots and all this AI stuff really roll out, guess what's going to happen? Whoever is going to be the leader, pay attention to what I'm saying. Whoever is going to be the leader in AI has to be the leader when it comes to oil, because you're going to need a lot of electricity to run AI. You know what I'm saying? And that's as simple as I can put it. You're going to need a lot of energy, which oil is the main foundation of the energy. So it's a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot going on. And you have to understand what's going on. You got to pay attention. No matter what you think, you have to pay attention to what's really going on. You know, and that's the thing about, to make a long story short, I'm interested in these things. I've been interested in these things since a kid. You got to realize, we were taught these things in school. So as a kid, I always had an interest in economics. I always had an interest in finance. I always had an interest in politics. I always knew that policies and laws is what dictate everything. And if you say you don't care about it, then I must ask, do you have a career? Are you participating in your company's 401k plan? If the answer is yes, then I must say that you're not paying attention to what you need to be paying attention to, because your 401k plan is directly connected to what's going on in politics, in the stock market, what's going around the world, and yes, what's going on right now with the Iran, Israel, United States war. It's in a direct connection. It all goes together. One don't work without the other. Why, Stock Sniper? Because it is a system. Exactly what it is. And it's all connected. And we got to understand that. We have to understand it. And we have to learn it. When we got to teach it. And we got to teach it to the kids. We got to teach it to our own kids, to our own grandkids, to our own family, because it's we the people. And that's what we got to understand. I don't have to come up here and act like I know everything about politics, but I don't. But guess what? I am interested in it. And one thing I know about the internet, what you are interested in, and then you come on the internet and click live, guess what's going to happen? If you push it out every single day on what your interests are, whether it's politics, whether it's health, whether it's wealth, whatever the case may be, guess what? Other like-minded people that are also interested in it is going to do what? Come rock with you. Come in, they're going to come and voice their opinions. That's why this is the Freedom of Speech channel. Because guess what? I've learned a lot from the people that's in the chat. I've learned a lot. I'm not the type of streamer that think that everything got to go my way. because it don't work like that. I've had people come on this channel, throw me stock picks. In other words, chunk me a ball, chunk me a bone, hand me off the ball, and and put me on to whatever stock pick, whatever crypto. So it goes both ways. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta understand that. We gotta understand that just because I'm the one on here talking, that don't mean nothing. It don't. What means something is the people in the chat. That's what means something. Because guess what? I've always exercised. I've always ran. But guess what? Because of this channel and because of the people that come rock with me, I'm running in marathons now. I'm running in marathons doing all kind of stuff because people that come rock with me give me tips. They tell me this, that, and the third. When I'm at the gym, they come in and they tell me, you need to do this, Stock Sniper. You need to try this, Stock Sniper. And you need to try that. And guess what? I'm very good at learning. I'm very good at listening. That's the three things that I'm very good at. So, I mean, I'm on here for two things. Number one, I'm on here to learn. And then number two, I'm on here to teach. That's why I'm on here. And guess what? I'm gonna be who I am. This is what I like to do. This is what I do in real life. That's why I ain't gotta take a break. Because I do this. I don't have to come on here and act like something else. I don't. All I gotta do is be me. And that's what I do. So to the guy that came in here this morning, bro, you gotta worry about you. You gotta worry about what you got going on. Take it from the OG. You have to worry about your household. You have to worry about your family. You have to worry about if another pandemic come, will you and your family be prepared? That's what you gotta worry about. You can't waste your time worrying about Stock Sniper. You can't do it. Because if you do, you're gonna be lost in the sauce. Because if you're worrying about me, I'm 50 years old and I'm retired. I'm retired. So if you're worrying about me, you are lost in the sauce. If you're worrying about what I'm doing on this YouTube channel, you lost in the sauce. You behind. And that's just what it is. But you can wake up. You can wake up. You can change the way you think. And the first step is you gotta stay in your own lane. You gotta mind your own business. And you gotta worry about your own pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, not mine. That's what you gotta understand. You have to worry about your pot of gold, not mine. And once you understand that, you gotta worry about you, your household, your family, your kids and grandkids, your community, your town, your state. Then you can go on to the next level because there's levels to this. It's levels to it. It's levels to it. And anything can throw you off. A lot of times, guys, the reason why we be stuck is because we be focusing on something that don't matter. What I do on my YouTube channel, what I talk about, what I stream about, doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter to you, to the person that came in this morning. It shouldn't matter to you, bro. What matters is the information. Did you learn something from the stream? Was you in the chat listening to when the guys in the chat were dropping gems? Were you paying attention? That's the thing. That's what you have to realize. You have to realize that. We gotta realize that. And that's just what it is. Marley Rosser, you brother, keep preaching. Everyone liked the video. That's right. Dead man system. God bless you too. Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, that's right. Damn Media 79. Cool. Very boring, mate. Well, it might be boring to you, David, but it's not boring to me. Like I just said, this is what I'm interested in. So if you're bored by it, that's on you. I'm not bored. Actually, I'm very excited. I'm excited about what I'm talking about. I'm excited about what this channel is about because it's who I am. So if you bored, that's cool. Go find something else to do. That's all you got to do. Go find something else. Catch a squirrel. Stop talking about a 401k plan. I don't want to catch a squirrel. I like talking about 401k plans and I like talking about the stock market and I like talking about what's going on in the world and I like talking about things that really matter. Me catching a squirrel, that doesn't matter, bro. It don't matter to me. Me trying to catch a squirrel is a waste of time. I did that when I was 10 years old, bro. I chased squirrels when I was 10 years old. Nah. Wrong channel, bro. Wrong person, but I appreciate your comment. I thank everybody for joining me. Well, if you're bored with what you're doing, what about we talk about the trees in the front of you? How long is the pathway in front of you? Well, this track, it's a track. It's called the outside gym. And it's the whole thing all the way around is 2 miles. I run 3 miles and then I walk another mile and a half. And I think, when I go to talking chat, I went over. But I run 3 miles a day, Barkaluka, and then I walk another mile and a quarter. Basically, I'm exercising because health is very important, but I'm about to get ready to run in another marathon. That's what I'm about to do. I'm about to run in another marathon, and then I'm about to compete in the jiu-jitsu tournament. That's what I'm about to do. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just exercising my mind, body, and soul. And this is good for your mental health as well. And then I like coming on here. A lot of people like this walk down, chat. A lot of people like this. This walk down and this what I'm doing has changed a lot of people's lives, chat. A lot of people are exercising now because of this. A lot of people are going to the doctor and getting their blood checked because of this. That's exactly what it is. I talk about what you put in your body, what not to put in your body. And somebody came on here, chat, and sometimes I say, go to the doctor, go get your blood work done, see if you pre-diabetic, see if you got high blood pressure. And somebody hit me up and told me, they said, Stock Sniper, man, I went and got my blood work done. And I found out I was pre-diabetic and I had high blood pressure. And they told me that they started walking, they started exercising, they stopped drinking all that sugar, they stopped eating at McDonald's and Whataburger and Jack in the Box, and they started exercising. And guess what they said? They did that every day for almost a year. And they went back to the doctor and got their blood work done again, like the next 10 months or close to a year, and the doctor told them they were no longer pre-diabetic. So that's why I do this, bro. That's why I do this. That's why I help people, people help me. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. You know, so, and whatever else come with it, that's just what comes with it. Because I'm doing what I love to do. This is what I love to do. So that's what I'm doing. So that's what I tell all YouTubers, all content creators. This is a big tip. If you got 200 subscribers, 300 subscribers, 100 subscribers, 50, always be who you are. Be who you are when you come on the internet. Be who you are. Talk about what you're passionate about. Talk about that. And then guess what? In my experience, when you talk about what you love, what you do, what you're interested in, you kind of really don't focus on the numbers like that because you're too busy worried about what you're trying to do. Like right now, I'm worried about what I'm trying to do. I'm exercising. I'm talking to the people. I'm doing something that I love to do. So yes, numbers are important, but when you're doing something you love to do, time just passes by. And then eventually, people that also is interested in what you're interested in will come over and rock with your channel and rock with you. That's just how it works. And then you got to understand that it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's not overnight success. Life is not overnight success, chat. It's not. If it happens, it's cool. But the mindset in the subconscious mind is that life is a marathon. It's not a sprint. Every day, go to work. Every day, put the work in, day by day with a system in place. You know what I'm saying? It's called a plan. And once you do that every single day after day, take it from the OG. Once you do it every single day and stay as grounded with a system and a plan and a blueprint, right? Of course, we human. Sometimes we're gonna make mistakes. But once you keep your blueprint down and you work on it every single morning, with it on your mind when you go to bed and when you wake up, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna put your life in place. And then when you realize life is a marathon, you just gonna keep on keeping on. Next thing you know, 2 years be done passed. Next thing you know, 5 years will be done passed. Next thing you know, 10 years will be done passed. Next thing you know, because time passes by fast, chat. Time, especially now, time is moving really, really fast. But if you stay focused, right? If you stay focused, I was just talking about that earlier. Staying in your own lane, minding your own business. Staying focused, because if you're in somebody else's business and you worrying about somebody else and you ain't worrying about what you need to be doing, which that's what this represents. I'm in my own lane and I'm minding my own business. I'm not over there. I'm not over there. I'm right here. And I stand on that. You know what I'm saying? And this what that represents as we come around all the way to the end. And guess what? Once you do that, you can focus more. You can't focus if you're worrying about somebody else, bro. You can't. You can't focus if you're worrying about somebody else. You can't focus if you're worrying about Stock Sniper, man. You just can't. It's not going to happen. And Stock Sniper can't focus if I'm worrying about what's going on over there. I need to be worried about what's going on this outside track. I need to be worrying about how many miles I done ran. I need to be worrying about how much I done walked. I need to be worrying about that. I don't need to be worried about what's going on way over there. No. Because then that's how you get thrown off the track. Instead of right here, now I'm over here doing this, going over here. Now I've gotten off focus on what I need to be focusing on, which is what's in my lane and what my business is about, which is this. Yeah, that's what I need to be worrying about. I can't be worrying about what Tom doing over there on the golf court. I can't worry about what my buddy Tim doing over there. I can't worry about that dude right there that's stretching. I can't be worrying about that. I got to worry about what I'm worried about. And that's the problem with a lot of us. You know what I'm saying? That right there is one of the keys. That right there. But you got to put the work in. You got to work and you got to focus. And that's just what it is. That's just what it is. I'm excited. That's what it is, King Cash. I'm excited. This is what excitement looks like. This is what a proud American looks like. This is what somebody that's retired before they turn 50 years old looks like. Yeah, excitement. Somebody that's in shape, is ready to rock and roll. That's what that looks like. I'm excited, bro. And that's what's wrong with us. We need to be focused and more excited about the things that we love to do. That's what it is. If you don't understand it, then just subscribe to the channel and keep on watching. If you don't understand it, subscribe to the channel, listen to the OG, subscribe to the channel, and keep watching. That's all you got to do. It's very, very simple. It's simple. And that's what we got to realize. That's what we got to realize, chat. I thank everybody for joining me. I thank everybody for kicking it with me. I love and I appreciate y'all. Heads up. Once we get to 10,000 subscribers, once we get to 10K, 3 things are going to happen. Number 1, we're doing a Cash App giveaway. Number 2, we're changing the name of the channel. And number 3, which is more important than anything else, is we're going to start bringing people up. We're going to start dropping the link, and we're going to start letting y'all come up and communicate. Long as you're smart, long as you long as no arguing. No debating, but real conversations, with mature adults. That's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna start bringing people up, bringing up 4, 5, 6 people at a time. That's how we're gonna do it, chat. That's how we're gonna do it. That's exactly how we're gonna do it, chat. Just like that. Just like that. Let's see. King Jack, wrong one, jackass. Well, what's going on with you, King? King James, let's talk a little bit. I got time today. Let's talk a little bit. Why you gotta come on? First of all, you gotta understand this, King Cash. It's mostly old people on this chat, bro. Most people that are in this chat are over 60. How do you know, Stock Sniper? Because YouTube told me that most of the people that watch this channel are older people. They're senior citizens. So you come in here being disrespectful. You're probably young. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what your problem is in life or what you got going on, but having a negative attitude will get you nowhere. Because always being negative, one thing it will do, it will mess with your physical health and it will mess with your mental health. That's what it do. And guess what? When you come in here acting like that, if you act like that in real life, the girls won't like you, bro. The girls won't like you. You won't be able to get a girl. I'm just telling you and keeping it real. Okay. Change everything and try buying people to watch. I don't have no idea what you're talking about. Buying people to watch. Why would I want to buy people to watch me? Why would I want to buy people to watch the channel, bro? Now you're really making me think what I was thinking earlier. So why would I buy people to watch? Why would I do that? Why would I do that? King Cash, let me know, bro. I got time today. Why would I buy people to watch? What is it to you? Why would you even care? Why are you worrying about somebody else? I just got through talking about staying in your own lane and minding your own business. I'm over here minding my own business. I'm over here exercising, bro. I'm over here working on my health, talking to the people in the chat. That's what I'm doing. I know you young. You coming over here being disrespectful to older people. That's not cool, bro. You come over here disrespecting old people. It's older people here, bro. What I'm trying to tell you. It's people that's in the chat that could possibly be 70 years old. How do you know that, Stock Sniper? Because my YouTube analytics tells me that the most of the people that watch this channel are older people. I'm 50 years old, bro. I'm not a kid. I'm not. I'm old. I'm 50 years old, bro. So by you coming over here being disrespectful, it's like picking on old folks, bro. What's cool about picking on old folks? What makes you feel good about coming in the old man's chat, because I am an old man. What makes you feel good to come over here and disrespect an old man, bro? It don't make any sense. Even though I do all this running and I work out 3 times a day, I'm an old man, bro. I'm 50 years old. I got grown kids that's probably about your age. I got grandkids, bro. There's people on this channel that are older than me. You tripping, man. You tripping. You know what I'm saying? You really is, man, and that's not cool, bro. That's not cool. And you looking like a bozo. You really is. Okay, if you 36, bro, please act like it. Oh, not you, Marley. My bad. I'm talking to King Cash. But Marley, most of the people that watch this channel are over 60 years old. My YouTube analytics tells me that. So So King Cash, you gotta be a young guy. But I like to talk to the young guys to try to wake them up. You know what I'm saying? This is the freedom of speech channel. I'm not blocking nobody. I want to talk to him. Bro, you gotta realize, King Cash, that it's a lot of older people here, bro. You gotta be respectful. You know what I'm saying? You could have came in and said, "What's up? How y'all doing?" That's how you respect your elders. I'm an old man, bro. And there's people here that's older than me. So come in and say, "How y'all doing? How's your day going?" Why you gotta come in like that, bro? It's something going on in your life where you gotta be so disrespectful, you gotta be so negative. If that's what it is, bro, then my phone number's in the description. You can call me and say, "Old school, I'm having these type of problems, bro. What can I do to change the way I think?" And I can tell you, bro. And I can tell you. All you gotta do is call my phone, and I'll tell you step by step on how to change the way you think. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not cool to be disrespecting senior citizens, bro. It's not cool to disrespect senior citizens. Well, King Cash, if you wasn't here, I'd still be talking, bro. You must not be familiar with the channel. This what I'm doing right now, King Cash. I was doing this when nobody was in here. I was doing this when nobody was in the chat. Sometimes it would just be my grandkids in the chat with me, bro. You gotta understand that. I got almost 10,000 subscribers. But I remember when I had 100 subscribers. I remember when I had 150 and nobody was in the chat but my grandkids or nobody. I remember that. And guess what? I had the same energy as I got right now. All you gotta do is roll the videos back. Roll the videos back or talk to anybody that's been on this channel for a long period of time. They'll tell you, I was doing this with 1 or 2 people in the chat. I'm not mesmerized. That's another thing. I am not mesmerized by numbers. I would prefer it to be, if the people that's in here, and it's 3 people, long as they are getting the message, long as they're understanding about investing, long as they're understanding about their health, long as they understanding about their wealth, long as they understand about life is a marathon and not a sprint, that's all that matters, bro. Long as it's one person, that's all that matters to me, man. Because why? Because I'm retired in real life. I'm retired. I'm 50 years old and I've been retired for 4 or 5 years, bro. So I got a lot to offer. And if it's only one person that get it, I done my job. I got a lot to offer and I got a lot to learn because it goes both ways. But I bring a lot to this internet. Instead of you trying to listen and learn, you sitting here trying to cause conflict, which ain't too, it's not smart, bro. It's not. It's not smart. Well, okay, then if that's the case, go live. Go live and tag me in the video, bro. King Cash, go live and tag me in the video. That's all you gotta do. That's it. That's all you gotta do. But I got time today. Go live and tag me in the video. Let me see your video. Let me see what you can do. You see what I'm doing. Let me see what you can do. Let me see that. Matter of fact, won't you call my phone right now? Well, I ain't got that phone with me. But I was about to say, you could call me right now and we could talk. But I don't have that phone with me. But yeah, if I had the right phone with me, you could call me right now and we could talk. And since you want to talk to the OG, call my phone. That's all you got to do, bro. That's all you got to do. What makes you think people don't know? Well, some people don't know it. Some people don't know what I've learned in my 50 years, bro. I've helped a lot of people on the internet. I've helped a lot of people offline. I've helped a lot of people online, and it goes both ways. See, that's the part you're not listening to. It goes both ways. I just got through saying, that's how I know you just full of negativity, bro. You just full of negativity, and you want to go back and forth. That's what you want to do. But I got time today. I got time today. You just want to go back and forth. But I just said, this channel is to learn and teach. It goes both ways. That's what you got to understand. If you got a life, why are you on here? If you got a life, bro, why are you over here trying to go back and forth with an old man? That don't make any sense, bro. You on here trying to go back and forth with an old man. You act like you don't have a life. If I had a life, if I was you, I would be living my life. If you got a life, why are you on here messing with an old man, bro? Do you think that is cool? Do you think that make you look like you something because you on here trying to go back and forth with an old man? You think that make you look good? If you got a life, go live your life. I'm living mine right now. I'm living my life right now. If you think, King Cash, if you think you living a life, you wouldn't be on YouTube. If your life is on YouTube disrespecting senior citizens, you ain't got no life, bro. I'm sorry. If your life is typing in a senior citizens chat room, being disrespectful, trying to go back and forth, if your life is about that, you ain't got no life. You don't. You lying. You don't have a life. You ain't got nothing else better to do, bro. Nothing else. And it's sad. How old are you? That's what I need to know. I hope you ain't 40 years old, bro. I hope you ain't 40 or 50. Please don't be that. I hope you're not 40 or 50. How old are you? King Cash, since you saying you have a good life, since you saying you 6'1", how old are you? That's all I need to know. Please don't say you over 40 years old, bro. Please don't do that. Please. Please tell me you 20 years old, bro. You better not be 40 or my age doing this. Don't waste your time talking to some sundown tower. Well, I'm talking to King Cash. I got time today. I'm walking. I've walked about coming up on 2.5 miles. I ran 3 miles and I walked 2.5. Actually, King Cash is doing me a favor. You know, I'm exercising. So while I'm exercising and talking to him, I'm not worried about the time. So it's all good. So King Cash, how old are you, bro? You better not be 40 or 50 years old, bro. You better not be 40. You better not put you 40 or 50, bro. You better not put that you over 40 years old. I know you ain't gonna put that. I'm always online working and have my phone for distraction. I'm 29 and very well off. Thank you. If you so well off, make a video and tag me in it, bro. Make a video and tag me in it. If you at work, you need to be concentrating on working. You need to be concentrating on working, bro. I'm retired. I already put the work in. But I'm starting to think you 40 or 50 years old. That's what I'm thinking. You an old guy that's on the internet, ain't got nothing else better to do but come on my live and disrespect the whole chat. But I got time today. I got time today. King Little One. I got time today. Let's see. Coral Graves, Florida. And you what me? That's what I be doing. I ain't gonna hold you. Logistics. It's actually entertaining. I hope you ain't doing it while you at work. Everything ain't always entertainment. If you is 29, youngster, everything ain't always about entertainment, bro. This is not the entertainment channel. Everything ain't always about entertainment. It's not. Go to another channel where you got kids. You know what I'm saying? Go to a channel where there's a lot of kids at and go entertain that. That's what you need to do. Please go scroll up and find kids, bro. It's not entertaining. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to those G. It's not entertaining. It's not funny when you are in senior citizens. This is a senior citizens channel. I keep telling y'all that. This is a senior citizens channel. It's not entertaining to come and be disrespectful to older men and women. It's not, bro. It's not entertaining. If that's entertaining to y'all, then y'all don't have a life, bro. If I was 29 years old, ain't no way I would be disrespectful to a senior citizen. Ain't no way. There's no way. When I was 29 years old, you know what I was doing? You know what I was doing at 29 years old. If you think that what y'all are doing is entertaining, it's not, bro. It's not entertaining. It's actually kind of sad. I buy and sell properties, always online, no time for videos, work from home, car. Well, do this. Show the videos. Show the videos, bro. Show the videos. That's all you gotta do. Show the videos. Show the videos. Make a video of what you've been doing. Your investment properties, whatever you got going on. Show the videos. My videos are already up. So show the videos. I don't believe you until you show the videos. Show the videos. All you gotta do. I don't believe you until you show the videos. Show the video, make a video, tag me in it so I can see. Let me know who you are and show. I've already showed everything I needed to show, bro. What you're talking about, already done showed it. You're late. So show the videos. That's all you gotta do. Otherwise, you're just typing. That's it. But if you think that that's cute to be disrespecting senior citizens, that lets me know the level of maturity you are. That lets me know the level of maturity you are as a person. And I pray that God change your mind and change the way you think and put some real men around you that'll be able to check you and let you know you out of line. You ain't got no real mentors, bro. You don't. Because if you did, you wouldn't be doing what you're doing right now. And that's just what it is. So I think that's it right now. I think that's it. Unc, please stop fighting this little brother. Ain't doing so hot today. Well, he be all right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not fighting with him. I'm trying to get him to understand that he's being very immature by disrespecting senior citizens. And that just let me know how he was raised. That's all it does. So I think I'm ending right here, chat. I appreciate y'all for joining me. I thank y'all for joining me, chat. Everybody that's commented, it's been real entertaining. I thank y'all for joining me. It's been entertaining and educational on what to be and what not to be. And if you are 29, 28, 27, 26 years old, if you young or old, one thing you don't want to do is come disrespect somebody's chat. You know, you gotta be more mature than that. You gotta be more mature than that, right? And that's just what it is. That's what's wrong with a lot of the world and the younger guys today. They are immature. And that's just what it is. So with that being said, I love and I appreciate y'all. I had a good time. But I also hope y'all learned something. How to act when you come into a senior citizens chat. Have some morals and principles about yourself. That's the main thing. If you ain't got no morals and principles about you, that lets people know how you was raised. It lets people know where you come from. And it lets people know your maturity as an individual. So with that being said, I love and I appreciate y'all. To the next one, I'm out.